Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be speaking about common prefixes to the verb gehen. Special thanks to listener for making this suggestion. Also, los geht's. The first verb on our agenda is begehen. Begehen is an inseparable verb that means to commit. It is commonly used in such cases as Begehe kein Verbrechen, don't commit a crime. Begehen Sie keine Straftat, don't commit an offense. Moving on to give you an example of a separable verb, we will cover the verb entgehen, meaning to shrink or to wither away. This verb is commonly used to say that the plant withers away, die Pflanze geht ein, oder die Kleidung ist in der Waschmaschine eingegangen, meaning the clothing shrank in the washing machine. Our next separable verb that uses gehen is angehen, and it means to start working on something or to simply work. For example, geht das Problem an. He starts working on a problem. Oder ich muss meine Arbeit angehen. I have to start working. Following up, aufgehen is a separable verb that means to rise or to work well or as intended. For example, die Sonne geht auf, the sun is rising. Oder mein Plan ist aufgegangen, my plan worked as intended. Ausgehen is our next separable verb, and it has a bunch of different meanings, starting with to go out in a sense of malfunction. For example, das Licht geht aus, the light goes out. The next meaning of ausgehen is to literally go out. Zum Beispiel, morgen abends gehen wir aus, meaning tomorrow evening we're going out. This verb is even used to say that you're running out of something. For example, die Milch geht aus, we are running out of milk. And finally, in a different context, it means to assume. Zum Beispiel, ich gehe davon aus, dass du es magst. I assume from what you have told me that you like it. The next extremely common separable verb is mitgehen. It is mostly used to say that somebody is coming with. For example, Monika geht mit. Monika is coming with. Weggehen. Weggehen is a separable verb that means to go away or to leave. The common usages are Könnte Sie bitte weggehen? Could you please leave? Oder Ich gehe nächsten Monat weg, meaning I am leaving next month. The next verb is entgehen. Entgehen is an inseparable verb that means to escape or to evade. The common usage is however metaphorical, as in the following. Das ist mir entgangen, meaning that escaped me, I didn't realize it. It can also be used to escape a punishment. For example, ich entgehe einer Strafe. The next inseparable verb is vergehen, meaning to fly by or pass. This one is used to say the time passed quickly, die Zeit vergeht schnell. The next common example is dieser Sommer ist wie im Flug vergangen, meaning this summer passed by in a blink of an eye. Ergehen is our next separable verb, which means to go a certain way. It is commonly used to ask, how did it go for you or regarding you? Wie ist es bei dir ergangen? Durchgehen is another mostly inseparable verb that can mean to let something slide. For example, ich lasse das nur noch einmal durchgehen. I can let this slide just once more. The next common meaning is to go through something physically. For example, ich werde den Wasserfall durchgehen. I will go through a waterfall. The last meaning of durchgehen is to go through something metaphorically. And in these cases, durchgehen can both be inseparable and separable. For example, wir durchgehen eine schwierige Zeit. We are going through a tough time. This is less commonly used, and the more commonly used version is wir gehen eine schwierige Zeit durch, meaning exactly the same thing. Hintergehen is our next inseparable verb, which means to go behind someone's back or to betray somebody. For example, fühlt sich von seinem Vater hintergangen. He feels betrayed by his father. Or, hintergeht mich. He deceives me. Zergehen is our final inseparable verb, meaning to melt or to dissolve in someone's mouth. It's not very commonly used, but when it is used, it can be used to say one has to let something dissolve in their mouth. As for example, das muss man sich mal auf der Zunge zergehen lassen. Going onward with our separable verbs, vorgehen is a very useful verb that you will hear oftentimes in a supermarket. This verb means to let somebody go in front, usually somebody with less items than you. In this scenario, you would say, Sie können ruhig vorgehen. You may go in front quietly, quietly adding to the kindness. It is also used to simply tell somebody to go in front. For example, Geh vor, ich komme nach. Go in front, I'm coming after. Nachgehen has the meaning of going after or following after someone, but as seen in the prior example, it is usually replaced with a separable nachkommen. Using the same example, one is more likely to say Geh vor, ich komme nach, than the equivalent Geh vor, ich gehe nach. Another meaning of this verb that gets used more often is Ich gehe der Sache nach, meaning I will look into things or I'm digging into things. Zugehen is a less used separable verb, which means to approach or to contact. Common uses of zugehen are Sie geht auf mich zu, she approaches me, oder Wir werden auf dich zugehen, wenn die Zeit stimmt. We will contact you when the time is right. Reingehen is a commonly used separable verb, which means to go inside. It usually replaces hineingehen, and it is used in following cases. Kann ich reingehen? Can I come inside? Ich gehe rein oder ich gehe hinein. I am coming inside. Draußen ist kalt, also werde ich reingehen. Outside is cold, so I will come inside. The next separable verb is übergehen. It is commonly used to say let's switch to a different topic. Gehen wir nun zu einem anderen Thema über. Umgehen is a verb that can be both separable and inseparable. Common usages are Die Grippe geht meaning it's the flu season or the virus is going around. Ich umgehe ihn, I am avoiding him. Literally it means I go around him, but it is metaphorically understood as I'm avoiding him. Oder Ich umgehe die Straßensperrung. I go around, I avoid the street obstacle. The second to last verb is the separable untergehen, commonly used to say that the sun is setting, die Sonne geht unter, or to say that something is ending. Most commonly, die Welt geht unter, the world is ending. And the last, but certainly not least, is the verb hingehen. This is a very common German verb, used in many situations. For instance, if you want to tell somebody to go somewhere else or to leave, you would say, Sie sollten woanders hingehen. Another example where you will see hingehen being used a lot is to ask, where are you going to? Wo geht's du hin? Hingehen is also used when you want to tell somebody to go to a specific place. Zum Beispiel, warst du schon mal da? Wir wollten da auch hingehen. Were you there already? We wanted to go there as well. A small reminder you might already know is that hingehen is never used for traveling because people will assume that you're going there by foot. Therefore, it is often omitted. Zum Beispiel, ich gehe nach Spanien und nicht ich gehe nach Spanien hin. It is actually even better to say how exactly you're going to Spain. For example, ich fliege nach Spanien oder ich fahre nach Spanien. Alright guys, we're finally at the end of this guide, and I just want to mention that I included the most common uses of these verbs and disregarded the seldom ones. If you would like me to make more videos like this, comment down below which verbs I should cover next. That will be all for today. Hope this video taught you something new, and thank you so much for watching. Schönen Tag noch und bis zum nächsten Mal.